Hey guys, and welcome. So Linux Lite Xfce desktop 4.16. Doesn't say so in here, but it is. And this is the latest installment as of December of 2023. And I'm filming in 1920 by 1080, so you can adjust your YouTube player if necessary. So today's video is going to be about custom themes and icons. Spicing up your desktop, in other words. This may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I'll show you how to do some of this stuff. Show you a website you can download over 1,000 different kind of icon sets and themes. Okay, I'll explain this completely from scratch. So basically I'm going to approach this from the aspect of a new user. I'll talk about where the folder locations are for both the icon sets and themes, how you can install them, how you can uninstall them, how you can use the automated tools, and also if the automated tools fail to install something such as a mouse cursor, mouse pointer, or a theme or an icon set. I'll show you how to do that manually, and just give you some general tips. And again, I will be showing a website a little bit later on how to get those icon sets and themes. So I'm currently using Vivid Dark and Infinity Light icons. That's the name of these two things. You can see my hardware. You are watching this on Linux for Seniors. I do encourage that you subscribe. That way you can watch this video in multiple sessions if you don't have time. And I do recommend that you watch this in its entirety. And this will definitely be over 20 minutes because I'm going to do this completely from scratch. So the icon above the time and date you can click on if you'd like to subscribe to Linux for Seniors. 290 videos and growing. If I get some time, I'll explain how to replace this feather with a different icon, and then any of these icons if you have them missing. Not everything is perfect, right folks? So I'm going to first give you some examples of just icon sets. You can certainly hit the appearance box and change icon sets yourself, and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff that's normally not installed that I use the add key to install, or I manually install them. So this is Blueberry. Same developer made also Lime. So color for dark icons, it's kind of an interesting effect. I will actually, hopefully you've seen some of my videos on the file manager, but I'm going to hold down my control key and scroll backwards. I can also click in here for the view part, but you can see that these have color now, but as I make them smaller, they turn into black and white, and as I scroll up, that's color, 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 black and white. And then a brief color, and then it's kind of an interesting effect, if you ask me. I'll pull that back now. So I'll pick a couple more. This is called Infinity Icons. Kind of look like that, going from large to big. Also, the menus are changing as I'm doing this. So I already showed you Lime, so let me skip over those. This is called Magna, and I'm going to enlarge this so you can see that symbol. This icon set is obviously made for a Plasma desktop because that's the Plasma symbol. So here's my philosophy when you're dealing with icon sets and themes. Try them yourself. You can always undelete these because I'll show you where the folders are located, where all this stuff is installed. So this is Magna Lite, okay? And if I had a light theme turned on, these actually do have icons. If you like, I'll just switch this to gray for a second. Now you can see they're black and white. And as I go up, they turn color. Okay, now you can probably see that a little bit cleaner. Okay, let me switch back to that. And the next set here is Mac style icons. They're kind of bluish, and the menus kind of look like a Mac style icons. Okay, and again, if you're interested in replacing one or more icons, I can show you that toward the end of this video. All right, moving along, this Mac thing has 3 different styles. I'm just going to skip over that. These are called shiny light icons, from tiny to large. Just giving you a different perspective. This one's called a little different color blue. It's teal circle. And again, you know, I'm scrolling through these just to give you some ideas because I know a lot of these different icon sets is not everybody's thing. Here's another set right here. And you'll end up once in a while with a missing icon. There's no graphics icon here. So I can assign that later if I want to. These are easy to replace. Anyways, so I'm going to switch over to, maybe we'll go with Graybird to make everything a lighter color if you don't mind. And I'll do Papyrus Dark because it's a pretty standard theme that you have. Okay? And I'll make these larger. So hopefully you've seen some of my videos. I'm just pulling that back and pushing that up, or you can double click. But anyways, Thunar, your file manager. So again, Thunar is, if you're not too familiar with file manager for Linux, Thunar is the file manager for the Xfce. This is 4.16. So you have a command here to show hidden files and folders. It's also Control-H. It's found on all modern Linux file managers. 2 folders in question. This one I created myself. So basically right-click, create folder, and I created a .icons folder. However, if you successfully install a, let me click this for a second. If you successfully install an icon set, it will install that folder. If you successfully install a theme, it will install this folder. Okay, so if they're missing, in other words. So .icons contains not only this mouse pointer, but also icon themes. So there's only 3 mouse pointers in here. It's this one, this one, and this one. The rest of them are icon sets. Let me prove that to you. Let's go to the top. There's Blueberry right there. That's what these look like. That's exactly what I'm pointing at. Colorful Dark is this one right here. This is the one that kind of changes different colors, but anyways. And then I will find Infinity Light, which is this one right there, and so forth and so on. So where's the mouse pointers come in? Well, that's in a different category. So you have your standard mouse pointer, and you got a whole bunch of them. And I added this one, and this one. Those are all in here. They're in this folder. Pokemon, which is this one right here. Nighttime in Red is this one right here. It's not resizable. And the Radioactive is this one. The rest of these are installed in USR share icons. So this is .icons. That's a folder that you can install stuff without root permissions. So again, I have 3 mouse pointers. The rest of these are icon sets. So if I were to open this again and go to Appearance, and the first thing that it opens is Styles, where's that folder located? That one is called .themes. It's right here. GNOME Professional is made for a GNOME desktop. However, I'm using it here. The Goldie Dark is this one right here. And the Gradient Dark is this one right here. Juno Ocean is down here. KDE Story is made for a KDE Plasma, but I'm using it. Then I have Midnight, which is this one. It's very dark. And then Sunrise is next to it, right here. And then Sunrise Compact and so forth and so on. Midnight, Sunrise, and this one were all installed manually because the automated tool here did not install them. Okay, it couldn't find the file in here. I'm going to do a search and let you see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 folders right here, right? So I'm going to go into my download folder for a second. It's downstairs here. Do you see this Midnight and Sunrise? This is not being displayed currently. Why is that? Because it doesn't handle the 7Z files in here for your installers. So I'm going to actually click in here, do the search, and type in MID. And you can see the file. Sorry, bumped my mouse here for a second. Anyways, midnight.7z. If I try to open that, I get an error. Failed to install. Most people would give up, but that's what Midnight looks like. How did I achieve that in my download folder to install this thing? I'm going to switch to a Graybird because it's a little bit lighter. How I achieve that is to right click to extract it, and now it's a folder. And then what I do is I cut it and go find my .themes folder and then paste it. It'll complain that there's a duplicate here because you can see it right here. I'll hit cancel. That's how I installed that, and Sunrise and Compact Sunrise, these 3 themes. So yes, don't give up. You can do this manually. So while I'm at it, let's explain something to you. After you install them, either through the automatic tool or manually install them, you can go in here to remove them in your file manager. There's no uninstall in here. You can't remove these either because these are installed in a different area. Graybird is found in USR Share Themes. It's protected by root permissions. This one, on the other hand, is not. But there's still no removal key here. You can't uninstall it, is what I'm getting at, out of the appearance screen. But you can get rid of it here, though. So if I wanted to get rid of Gnome Professional, that's the first one in here. Let me look at my trash for a second. I'm going to actually empty it and go up one, and I'm going to get rid of this one right here. But before I get rid of it, I'm going to change to Graybird. And then I'm going to click that and hit the delete key. You can do this to multiple folders. That's a theme. I just got rid of it. It's still here though because I left this up. But if I go back in and back out and back in, it's no longer here. The cool thing is it's still in my trash. So I'm going to add Gnome Professional Solid 40 into this menu in less than a half a second just by doing a restore. I still need to refresh the screen by going in and out. There's Gnome Professional right there. So yes, you can uninstall. Let me go with the light color again. You can uninstall your icon sets, your mouse pointers, and your themes, which is in .themes. Keep in mind these are hidden folders. Control H. Now you don't see it, now you see it. You can manually create these folders, so I would create a folder called .icons, or if you successfully installed a icon set or a mouse pointer, then it'll create that folder. Let me show you what happens when they fail. I'll give you the example of a mouse pointer. So I'm currently using this radioactive, correct? Yes. I'm going to switch that to the default white one for a second. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually get rid of radioactive manually. And in my download folder, if I can find it, I have radioactive that came from that website that I'm about to show you in a couple of minutes. It's in tar.gz format. That means the automatic tool will see this because these themes are also in different tar formats, tape archive. GC or Xfce, it doesn't matter. And they'll also read regular tars. The 7Zs it will not read. But it will read this file. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that because I just showed you how to... I went from installing Midnight by uncompressing, then into here, and then copying that over to .themes. So I'm going to get rid of that. So we're dealing with this file right now. So I'm going to try to do this through the automated installer. All right, so I'm basically going to go to Appearance and go to Add, go to Downloads, and find my mouse pointer, this radioactive.tar.gz, and hit Open. It gives me no errors. It doesn't install it here though. It's supposed to install it here, but it's not here. So let's go see what happened to that file. A little bit of troubleshooting at the same time here, folks. So I'm going to reduce this size for a second and let you see it has an index theme here. It shouldn't be here because that index theme belongs with radioactive. You can see that it has a name on it. But something else happened to the folder that is supposed to go with it, because your themes and your icon sets like Pokemon should be in a folder. They should have at least an index and a cursor file. This one has a cursor theme also, but Night Diamond Red also has the same set, but a lot of them will have sometimes only two. but you need that and this folder for it to be a proper mouse pointer for this thing to see it. So that's an incomplete file. So I'm going to get rid of that junk because it's trash. The tool didn't work. So I'm going to do this now manually. I'll close this box down for right now so it's not so busy. Go to my downloads folder. Now that is still a valid file, and you can see cursors and index theme inside of the box. So what the system did is exactly what I did here. It extracted this, except it failed to actually put it in a folder. So that's what you saw earlier. You didn't see this part. It failed to install this part also. I don't believe it's in there. It should say cursors if I see that in here. It's not. But more importantly, let me go back and fix this problem. I don't like the way it extracted it, because that's how the system extracted that automatically. Right click, extract here, instead of double clicking and extract. Does that make sense? There's two ways to extract things. Well, actually it's more, but extract here. That extracted into a folder, and what's in the folder? Index and cursor theme. That is what you want to see. If it has an extra folder next to it and other files, that's fine, as long as it has this and that, and whatever else is fine. Right click, cut. And where does it belong? In here. So I'm doing this manually. That's how I installed this mouse cursor, manually. Now it's available for me to pick. And then I'll switch to it, and then I'll continue my story. Okay, so that is how you fix a improperly installed theme, mouse cursor, and also icon sets. Icons belong in here, icon sets, and mouse cursors. Themes or styles all belong in this folder. So that's what these are. You can delete anything you want in here. Again, one more time, after you install this, if it went through the automated system or you manually installed it like I did with these three, there is still no removal keys here. If you want to clean this up, you go into your themes folder and you delete one or more of these. You could technically wipe the whole folder out if you want. Let's see what's in my trash can. Let me empty trash before I do this, because I'm just going to do a quick restore. Now they're Casper. Now when I go in here, you won't see anything except default themes. That's what you have by default. Now you know what that looks like. Those are the themes you can pick after you install the system. So in my trash, I want to return all these. Well, I'm just going to use Control A. And then I'm going to right click on these things and do a restore. My themes are all back online. So which one do I want to use? Do I want to continue with that one, or do I want to just continue with Graybird? Again, it's one of those things that what appeals to you. Okay. This may not appeal to you. Maybe this is too dark for you. So we'll switch to something different. Okay. I'll just leave this icon set and continue. So now that you know where they need to go, where do you get these? All right, so keep in mind, if it's a 7Z that you download, you have to manually extract them. And then you move the folder, whether that is a mouse cursor or whether it's an icon set, or if it's a theme, they need to go into either one or two places. Themes or styles go in .themes, icons, sets go in .icons, and so do mouse pointers. So far so good? Okay. So where do I get these? So basically I am going to close this down for a second and open up a web browser. Hopefully you're a subscriber. All right, I have some links in here for you. Whether you click it in here and you can read my about, or you click it over here. I'm going to open up two links for you. This is not my first YouTube channel. I've done videos, about over 700 videos in the last 5 years. Anyways, gnome-look.org. The keyword is look.org. I'm going to pull that one up. I used to have that on my previous channel for many years. I added a new one recently, which is xfce-look.org. Keyword look.org. I'm just going to do a quick comparison between the Xfce and GNOME. 825 cursors, 825 cursors. GDK 3 and 4s we're going to talk about today, 1531. Scrolling down, where's the 1531? So you can probably see the correlation here. They're sharing databases. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of GNOME and let's concentrate on the iCandy for Xfce. Cursors are here, full icon sets, and GDK 3s. All right, first I'll just go quickly over cursors, mouse pointers. Again, you can install stuff like this, and that's in tar.xc. That's for a Windows machine, but more importantly, click that and download. If you want the one that I'm currently using, use the search feature at the top, type in RADIO, look for radioactive. Very good explanation of what I've been talking about. Dot icons, again, what gets installed in that folder, in your home folder, dot icons, period icons, mouse pointers, and icon sets. The system installed mouse pointers or cursors are installed in USR share icons. I think I briefly made mention of that. Your themes or styles are installed in USR share themes. These folders are protected by root permissions. However, I used to show this in my previous channel how to install them there. Anyways, it's easier for you to deal with that folder as a new user. So out of these three, all you need is that tar.gz. Click that, download. Keep in mind, on this particular desktop, it will not install this properly using the automated tool. You have to manually uncompress and install that in dot icons. You don't need the PNG zip because it just explains the different sizes, and that the other one is the project on GitHub. Okay, that's cursors. Full icon sets, I'll click the first one. My philosophy has always been test things yourself. Just because it says Plasma Desktop doesn't mean you can't test drive these things. That's in tar.gz. Your automated tool will install this. You don't have to manually install this one. You have to manually download it, yes. But manually install it, no. You can use the automated tool through here. That's what I refer to the automated tool. Okay, so that is icon sets, and they're in different compression formats. The GDK 3s and 4s, I'll pick on the first one that's sitting here. And that one is also made for KDE Plasma. That doesn't mean you can't use it. Again, this is in tar.gz, also a format recognized by the automatic installer. That one's KDE Story. As a matter of fact, I think you saw that in there. Let me go back up a couple of ones. So you may have seen the Sunrise. I have that installed. But if you recall, I told you I had to install this manually. So this one does support Xfce 4.16. All right, so really quick, INXI. I'll strip out personal info. Make that a little bit larger for you. All right, so this version of Linux Lite is Xfce 4.16. Just wanted to point that out to you, okay? And then I'll close this box. So anyways, these file formats for Sunrise, for instance, are in what format? 7Z. That means that the automatic installer will not install that. You still can download the file and manually uncompress them. It doesn't matter which file, because they're in 7Z. Okay? Not that hard to learn though, uncompressing things on the fly. All right, like this one here is in tar.gz. Your automatic installer will handle that rather easily. Again, you just have to manually download the file. So GDK 3s is what I recommend. I don't think the GTK2 themes will work currently, at least not with 4.16. You may want to try them though, but 1531, I think you can probably find a theme or two in here that you like. But remember, there are 1,531 of them. Same thing with the mouse cursors, 825 currently. Full icon sets, 1688. These numbers do change. I'll just give you an example. 3 years ago, that was like 1,200. Okay, so this is where you get your themes. You download them, and you can install them through your download manager through this automated installer, for instance. Just point to your download folder. If it sees it in here, you can try it. If it fails, like a mouse cursor like this one, if it fails, then just manually install it. I'm going to do another mouse cursor as an example. I think I have an extra one here that I downloaded earlier. Let's go with that website here earlier. This one here. This one is in tar.xc, and this is made for Windows, but anyways, I have that file already downloaded. If I can find it, I think it's in backup. Yes, it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and throw that over to the download folder. If I can find it, there we go. And I'm going to install this through the automated method. So this is in tar.xc. The radioactive is in tar.gc format. They're both compressed with tape archive. They're just done a little bit differently. This one failed doing the automated install, and I had to manually install that. This one should be able to be installed automatically. So let's do that this way. I'm going to use the appearance to do this with. And do the open. It doesn't install it here. It installs it here. And that's what the cursor looks like. Okay, I'll switch back. So to get rid of this thing, let's say you played with a whole bunch of these. Keep in mind, a lot of these are installed in your USR share icons you can't get rid of. But these here are installed in my dot icons. So I'm going to get rid of Beata Modern Amber. I played with it, I don't like it, whatever. I'm just showing you an example of how to get rid of stuff. I'll go full screen, Control H, go into my dot icons folder, Beata Amber, hit delete, it's gone. That's how fast I can get rid of that. Okay, it's no longer here. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about icons. I'm going to give you a theme that will have a graphic icon missing. We'll find Vivid Dark and Vivid Dark icons. So it's missing a graphics icon. You see that? Okay, I'm going to add a manual icon to it. Right click, edit, graphics, click that, browse. If you want to try to keep your system icons, type in what that word says, GRAP, graphics. So that is a blank icon currently, so that means I can't use that, but I can certainly use this one over here, or even this one. So I'm going to use that one and hit apply and save and close. If this icon does not update, your choice is to log in and out of your system. However, a quick way to restart things is to perform that command right there. And when I actually hit enter, I'll just make mention that Xfce4-panel, no spaces in there. Then you put a space -R for reset. You're going to reset this panel and also this menu. So as soon as I press go, you will see the panel blink. If you get an error and that's bothering you, then you can install this right here. Xapp will get rid of that error in case you can't tolerate the error. But it will work either way, with or without the error. But if you want to get rid of the error, it's sudo apt install xapp. Super user do space apt space install is the command for installing anything. And again, this app is not coming from the internet. It's coming from your regular repositories. Xapp will get rid of that error. If you want to get rid of that feather and you want to change that because maybe you went in here and you adjusted your panel too high and it turns into a mouse, a little rodent, then you can actually change that icon through here. I am using something from my own folder in Documents. The name of the user is Lite1 Documents Icons. Anytime you use icons for your own homemade folders, you make sure that you don't rename and move that folder once you start using icons from it. Okay, you can see that's a Chrome icon, believe it or not. I'll show you something goofy. How's that? All right, moving back to here. You can do icon and title also in case you wanted to throw some text in here. Okay, just remember to turn both of these on. You have 3 options. If I don't like this icon, I can also right-click, edit, and choose my own icon. And when you choose your own icons, as long as you leave the folder in its original location, like as in mine is in Documents Icons, the icon will remain here through all your theme changes. It will not alter it. That's one of the beauties of using your own icons. If you make your own icons, or whether you keep in mind, what am I doing here as I'm talking? I'm changing the graphics icon. Okay, I'm browsing my own files. So what this does, it will assign that icon permanently and it will not change with the themes. In other words, this is now manually assigned. Okay, you noticed it didn't update. That's okay. We're going to perform that command I just told you earlier instead of restarting the system. Done. That way I don't have to log in and out. Now that's my new icon. Watch what happens when I change themes. That icon will remain here. It doesn't matter what I pick. Okay, I will just pick up the 2 top ones. That icon did not change. I'll pick something different. How about infinity icons with, I don't know, Juno Ocean. That icon didn't change because I manually assigned it. Okay. So there's lots of ways to spice up your desktop, and it all depends on your themes and stuff. Thank you for watching.